Should probably upgrade my submarine torpedo attack. Is there anything else in 1939 I need to do? You know what? I really do need to do some doctrines. Let's get field hospitals done. Yes, I know that's not a doctrine. We'll finish these repairs. That's actually going to take no time at all. Well, tension is just not going up. Come on. Do spies only level up through missions, or do they level up just by gathering intelligence? I think they gain by just doing stuff. The one thing I do dislike about this is spies have a maximum level of 2. What's the point in even letting them level up if the maximum level is 2? They start at level 1. It's pointless. Might as well just have them gaining traits and not levels. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm glad that performance is still decent. I'm keeping an eye on that, because what I was saying at the very beginning of the stream is my one real cause for concern with this DLC is performance seems to have taken a really big hit. Like during the Spain game, and the reason I'm not playing as the Carlist right now is it's taking about 6 seconds a day. It's currently on like 2, maybe 3. Yeah, it's about 3 seconds at the moment. And that was in 1941. And if we're having such performance issues in 1941, that's concerning. Disappointed you can't kick spies. Yeah, especially as you have a lot of bonuses that you can get later. For example, localized training centers. Now, speaking of which, we want to start investing in all 4 of these, and I think this is now the time to do so. These repairs done in no time. The provisional governments. Whoa, that's a lot of provisional governments. Okay. After a long and concerted effort to improve cooperation and compliance between the occupation forces and the local civilian authorities, we are now ready to put Burundi back in the hands of the local government. This new government is made up of sympathetic civilians and is ready to work closely with us. Create collaboration government in Burundi. Yeah, absolutely. Do it in all of them. We do have a collaborationist government in India already. So actually going after India is not a terrible idea. We have more divisions than they do. They have more... Actually, do they have more? No, I have bigger. I have more fielded manpower. They have no allies. They have tea in India, don't they? That's not fair. Now you're really persuading me. Naval rearmament also adds dockyards. Not building slots, just dockyards. Right. Let's start investing in West Africa. The vast reserves of workers and resources in Western Africa make it a perfect candidate for investment. Except for the fact that, well, tension's still too low for me to justify. It needs to be 50%. Still can't. But yeah, going after India before Britain does is not a bad idea. They've gone for service overseas, even though they're not going to have any colonies. Interesting choice. Britain's already lost the dominions. Xinjiang has capitulated to the Soviets. Oh, interesting. August 39. Are there any other support companies we're going to need? Recon, maybe. I'm not going to say that's mission critical. Medium tanks. Actually, you know what? We probably do want medium tanks. We can start building them. Yeah, we do. We need something for the breakthroughs. Taking India despite the British. I mean, that's such a French move to do, surely. How many troops do we have? 50-ish divisions? We could probably recruit some more. We could definitely recruit some more. How are we doing for motorized? Okay, we have loads of motorized. So these cavalry units, I'm going to switch into these. Which we can't quite afford, but it's still pretty close. Set you to train. And I'm now going to begin editing these templates. Because I want you to have field hospitals, but that's also going to take a bunch of motorized. Do it. Okay. We need a lot of artillery. We need a lot less infantry equipment now. So let's adjust accordingly. Let's go down to 2 of those. Another motorized for sure. Support equipment, artillery. Artillery is now far more important. Let's put you up here. We still have no real source of aircraft either. Oh, we're low on chromium. You are going to finish early next month, though. And then the refitting of the submarines can happen. And my French submarines are going to be vital for going after the British. Strangle them. Stop them buying in resources. Right, how is resistance here looking? Aha! It's going down. Good. So I'm seeing large portions of this which don't have any resistance. They actually look suspiciously like cores. What's happening with these now? Owner, French Côte d'Ivoire. So that's going to be collaboration government, isn't it? Collaboration government, here we go. Cannot declare wars, cannot decline call to wars, control over deployed units goes to the overlord, can create collaboration governments, cannot create collaboration governments, cannot be spy master. Tech sharing down, subject manpower requirement 100%, extra trade to overlord 100%, overlord trade cost minus 90, civilian industry to overlord plus 75 plus 75, master can build construction on subject's territory. So Does that mean I'm going to have 1,000,001 governments going into wars with me? Yep. Yeah, they are super puppets. And they do count as subjects. They can become integrated puppets. Now I wonder if they get annexed, do they become a core? Best of all, don't have to worry about suppressing the locals. Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. Is once the resistance is gone, they basically get added to the collaboration, or once they hit 80% compliance, you can form a collaboration. Yeah, provisional government. So there's a big reason to build up compliance. As a non-democrat, the problem is the Democrats cannot do this. So that's a really big bonus for being unaligned, is you do get access to collaboration governments. Alright, well, we've built up the whole of France now. And we are still 1% short. I think it's time for us to get a couple more civilian factories. How many is that going to be? 16, 20, 24, 27, 30. I want those civilian factories, then after that, we're militarizing. Okay. It begins. September. Oh, whoops. That's a 39. That's a 39. I'd like to make a proposal. If you're indeed Bonaparte, conquer Croatia. He did it. I dare you to do better. Done. I think that can probably be arranged. Military parades in my vassal swarm. Oh, it doesn't actually appear. Yes, it does. Mobilization speed plus 15% daily support for unaligned for 120 days. Cost me a bunch of political power, though, so do I need to care about what these governments are? Not really. Oh, I wonder if that means because they're technically puppets, if other people can boost ideologies against them and steal them. It's possible. The other thing I could do is start training some more units. We are still a bunch of motorized short, but what I would like to do is get another 5 motorized in production right now. Because that's going to bring us up to a full 24. Then I think I'm just going to get some more infantry until it complains. It's complaining. Okay, manpower. It's not got quite that low. Let's go to about 100,000. One more. That'll do. Because actually getting more manpower is not going to be very hard for us because we have several focuses which core Africa, which we haven't done yet. Why don't I withdraw from the naval treaty? I have no real reason to. It costs me political power. The long distance between our holdings in Indochina and our heartland may seem like a drawback, but also protects any industry there from enemy attacks. Because I need to do a lot of things to upgrade my fleet. Like, at the moment, we're upgrading the submarines, which isn't going to take too long. Then after this, we also need to upgrade the destroyers and then actually start building a transport protection fleet. Because we don't have any convoy escorts yet. None. Leave some build slots for military invest focus. Pretty sure it just goes over your limit. At least that's how the other focuses work. Radar? No, doctrines. Doctrines. We're going to go battlefield support. And then also naval doctrine. So we're going to go do. And then after that, who knows? Could also build dockyards and ports in the puppets. Yep, I could. Start decryption, Germany, England. I don't actually have decryption. Indian Civil War? The Indian People's Republic. Oh. India's trying to go commie. Interesting. That definitely needs to be purged. That's particularly unmonarchist. How am I liking the expansion? As I've said at the start of the stream, which admittedly was now 4 hours ago, or 3.5, I like it. The thing with this expansion is it feels like Waking the Tiger. It's an expansion which can be built upon as opposed to a revolutionary step up, which Man the Guns was. So the espionage system, it's good. It's just not great. But there's a lot of space to add new espionage missions, for example. The UI for operations really needs some work, because this list... I mean, this is just the stuff I can do against the Dutch. It's already a fairly long list, and I haven't even infiltrated anything. This is just like the base level of operations. Now imagine I have 10 spies spying in 10 different countries with 10 different countries worth of operations. This list is going to be a scrolling nightmare. It just needs like categorization. You just need to categorize by country. Be fairly easy to do, but it needs a little bit of just extra polish. Also balance. Like resistance takes up way too much manpower at the moment. Integralist Brazil declared war on the Empire of Brazil. Interesting. However, the Empire of Brazil, I believe, is allied to Portugal. No, it's not actually. However, I think that Portugal can support them. Oh, right. Portugal's at war with the Integralist Brazil. Yes, that's what it is. And Empire of Brazil has military access with Portugal. So Portugal can come in and support the kingdom against Integralist. And this is how the two monarchies unite. I think most PDX features are added so they can have scroll bars. Scroll bar is definitely coming to be a problem. Like, I was having a few problems in Old World Blues where you just have so many decisions and they just keep on adding it. Like, there is definitely decision bloat. There's definitely operation bloat. It needs to be condensed a little bit. Is America in civil war as well? Yep. Oh, we are 1% away from the war support I need. Come on! More world tension. Actually, this is a good question. How's this war looking? Can't really tell. Not really. The constitutionalists don't have a huge amount of manpower anymore. And they have a fraction of the industrial power. More military factories at the moment, but just the sheer number of civilian factories, the loyalists are quite a lot stronger. Like, the longer this war lasts, the better it is for the loyalists. India took 4 states, the Indian People's Republic were annexed. Okay, so the communists lost, and they lost hard. Are the Dutch going down on Boven? Nope, still not. I might need to just go and put the Dutch out of their misery. because it's almost 1940 and they still haven't done it. Oh, of course I want the Dutch East Indies. Absolutely I do. Can I attack Luxembourg? Yes, but I... no, sorry. No, I can't. I cannot justify on them. Ah, de Gaulle got combined arms expert. That's good.
Écoutez. Gardez vos rangs.
Is the Dutch focus tree still locked? No. I tagged over to them and unlocked it. More military... Whoa, 4 more military factories. Where'd those come from? Syria is perfectly positioned to supply us in the case of war in Europe and Africa. Enhancing its industrial potential will also support our position in the area. Well, I want close air support, because we haven't even started building any of that yet. We want more fighters, for sure. And what are we short on? Motorized! Good grief! Something like this.
Gardez vos rangs. Gardez vos rangs.
Ah, medium tanks. Cool. We'll need to start producing those. It's 30th of December 1939, so we might as well wait just a tiny little bit. Military factories are coming from the puppets doing their focus tree to get free. Oh my gosh, are they... Is that... Oh, they are as well. This is going to be such factory bloat. For France and Britain in particular. That can't be intended. Makes Africa a hell of a lot more useful, though. Maybe it is intended. Africa is now actually worth fighting over because of that. Alright, 1940. Technology!
Pareil.
Alright, so you guys are trained up already. That's pretty good. You guys don't have a huge amount to go. Right, and we also have bonuses to training speed. That's probably part of the reason why this is going so quickly. Yeah, look how fast these guys are training. It's crazy.
Écoutez.
Why are the Soviets in Spain? Because Spain is actually a Soviet puppet. Italy announces claims on Yugoslavian territory. Speaking to the Italian populations along the Dalmatian coast, Benito Mussolini has announced that Italy fully considers Italian-speaking territory in Yugoslavia to be a rightful part of Italy. Yep, Soviet puppet still. But they are going anti-Soviet right now. They won't oppose communists. They're trying to get out from under it, which does mean that Spain's going to be joining the war against the Soviets. So these two will fight. And then Spain may well join Japan. That'd be interesting. Let's take a look at the occupation system. Oh man, I only need to worry about Belgium now. Everything else is non-resisting. Beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, your compliance is starting to grow as well now. Slowly but surely. Poland returns Danzig. The Polish government has accepted a German proposal after the return of Danzig in exchange for military guarantees. A treaty has been drawn up, assuring the Poles that the Germans will come to their aid in the event of any hostilities committed against them. Though the price has been high, once more entirely cutting off the Poles from the sea, it may well have been worth it in light of the communist threat to the east. Yeah, definitely will need to do a red alert game at some point. Boost up the Soviets a little bit. Make France flip communist. Then have the Anglo-German alliance against the Soviets. No, the Soviets didn't invade Spain. During the Civil War, the Republicans can go to the Soviets for aid. If they ask for too much, then the Soviets get to puppet them after the war is over. That's what happened. And then the Spanish realised their mistake and are now trying to get out from under that. We are going to... Partial mobilization. Yes, finally! Ha, frickin' Tsar! Now I'm not getting the factory penalties. Not as many of them, anyway. Nope, no factory penalties, in fact. At all. Don't quite have the military factory bonuses, so this is a great time to build up the civies. Speaking of which, we need to begin getting the designers. Should probably have got a medium tank designer before we got medium tanks, but never mind. Aircraft designer, it's 1940. We're going to be upgrading those soon. I'm going to go for Moraine Saulnier, because agility and max speed on a fighter is incredibly strong. And very shortly, like now, I can get another one. Ship designer, probably. Screen upgrade? Speed, but a loss of range. So this is going to be, yeah, Mediterranean. Atlantic is armor and heavy attack for capital ships, which is quite nice. But that max range, sub-detection and max speed on screens is really good. I'm going to take you. Right, machine tools done, so 1940 tech is done, so now it is time to get the 1940 fighter, because there's no reason not to. So have you started? You're just refusing. Alright, we're going to have to put the Dutch out of their misery.
Attention,